In China, the 3-year-long pandemic has led to a continuous economic downturn and a surge in unemployment rates. In an effort to encourage young people not to remain idle, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has been consistently promoting inspirational stories that glorify hardship. However, a recent case involving a 26-year-old food delivery driver named Chen Si in Shanghai has sparked controversy, with many viewing it as a case of false publicity.
I deliver for 18 hours a day and have earned a total of 1.02 million yuan in the past 3 years. I basically have no rest. Everyone only sees me with 1.02 million, but you all don't know the story behind me. I can earn up to 60,000 a month. There are more than 116,000 orders.
On January 13th, the delivery boy named Chen Si took out his mobile phone to show his income record during an interview. In August 2023, his income on a takeout platform reached more than 40,000 yuan. In September, he earned over 25,000 yuan. In October, he earned 19,500 yuan, and in November, he earned almost 26,000 yuan. In other words, in these 4 months, he earned 112,000 yuan, an average of 28,000 yuan per month, or almost $4,000. However, many people, including other food delivery drivers, have expressed doubts about Chen Si's claims. They argue that earning a stable 30,000 yuan per month as a food delivery driver is impossible.
I might not have money, but it's not like I don't have brains. Are the people who create news hype insulting our intelligence? Delivering food has earned 1.02 million in 3 years, 340,000 per year, which is equivalent to you earning about 930 yuan per day. If you earn 5 yuan per order, you have to deliver 186 orders per day. If one order took 20 minutes to deliver, it would take 3,720 minutes to run 186 orders. And the prerequisite is that there are new orders for him to run every day. However, there are only 1,440 minutes in a day. Even if he runs takeout 24 hours a day without taking a break, he will not be able to make so many orders. I was very angry when I saw this video. Today I only made 200 yuan after making deliveries for 12 hours. I also think someone should refute the rumors.
Another delivery man raised his questions.
If there is no city where the Meituan platform has endless available orders, you mentioned the lunch peak and dinner peak. Does the platform really have so many orders to deliver to Chen Si at other times? During peak meal times, I can run 6 or 7 orders an hour, which is pretty good. Take me as an example. I can only run 3 orders per hour, totaling 60 kilometers. I only earn more than 150 yuan a day. If I can earn 300 to 400 yuan a day, I think it is normal. But how can Chen Si earn nearly 1,000 yuan a day? I think it is really incredible. Others ask me whether I can earn 1.02 million yuan in 3 years. Do you still remember that takeaway guy from Shanxi in 2022? In 17 hours, he delivered 65 orders, and his daily income was only 300 to 400 yuan. That was the true situation reported by the official. Delivering food is hard, dangerous, unprofitable, and you have to suffer. You see the takeaway guys all over the street who don't deliver orders individually. Colleagues don't believe in the myth of Shanghai's delivery king.
In light of these doubts, some have suggested that Chen Si's story may be fabricated or that it is part of a campaign promoting workaholism. Many believe that it's not deserving of praise and should not be taken as an example to follow. There are even allegations that Chen Si may have signed an agreement with Meituan, a food delivery platform, to boost his delivery numbers for promotional purposes. While Chen Si's story has been hailed as inspirational, it has also raised skepticism and controversy. Whether it's an incredible success story or a case of exaggeration and manipulation remains a subject of debate among the Chinese people. Former food delivery driver and Shanghai resident Mr. Wang, who had previously worked in the food delivery industry, expressed skepticism in an interview with overseas media. He stated, "This is just bragging. How is it possible? In big cities like Shanghai and Beijing, food delivery is one of the best options, but it's not possible to earn so much. I used to deliver food, and working hard for more than 10 hours a day, I could make around 10,000 yuan, $1,578 a month at best. Typically, it's around 5,000 or 6,000 yuan, $789 to $947, and there are deductions here and there. It's misleading. With so many young people unemployed, they can only encourage the children of ordinary people to become food delivery drivers to address the employment issue. If you work diligently, you might be able to earn enough to buy a house, but claims of earning this much are nonsense. Even if you work 24 hours a day, you can't earn that much. While Chinese media extensively promotes Chen Si's hard work, it was reported on social media that Chen Si was beaten up by other food delivery drivers for falsely reporting his earnings. On January 15th, a social media post stated, "It's said that this food delivery driver was beaten by fellow drivers, and they were shouting, 'Keep bragging, keep bragging.'" The post included a photo of Chen Si with a bloody nose. On the same day, Chen Si posted a denial on his own social media account, stating that the photo was taken in 2023 when he had a nosebleed due to an internal issue, and he hadn't been assaulted. He emphasized that he was still working normally. To prove his point, he showed his hands in a video, revealing rough and scarred hands. He explained, "It's from the cold and from falls. When I fall, I dust myself off and keep going." On WeChat, a user named Liang Jian commented on January 15th, saying that the media seems to prefer creating myths and isn't interested in verifying the truth of these claims. His article stated, "If all this is a fabricated hoax, if it's all a massive lie, at least Chen Si's scarred hands are real. What we see are the hands of someone who has endured hardship, darkened and swollen, with scars and frostbite." The article suggested that while Chen Si may have exaggerated some aspects of his story, it's unlikely that he, an individual, was behind the fabrication. Instead, the blame should be placed on the over 100 media outlets that package the hardships of the poor as an inspirational story to deceive the lower class. Xing Bin, a teacher at Lingyi University School of Literature who gained fame for experiencing the life of a food delivery driver, remains skeptical about the authenticity of Chen Si's claims. He told reporters, "Working 15 hours a day is the limit. Personally, I could deliver a maximum of 80 orders a day. At that time, it was the final stage of the pandemic, and it was close to the Chinese New Year, so there were more orders. Now there aren't as many orders, and in December, order prices noticeably decreased. Recently, I've seen fellow drivers saying that their incomes are more than 10% lower than last year." Xinbing explained that food delivery platforms encourage full attendance and taking on multiple orders. They offer rewards for working in inclement weather and on holidays. Rewards include running 50 orders for a 50 yuan reward, or 80 orders for a 100 yuan reward. Working for 7 days in a row can earn a reward of 150 yuan. Additionally, there are some hidden punitive measures for those who complete fewer orders or have shorter online times, resulting in fewer job offers. Many drivers work long hours, especially during rainy or snowy weather or holidays, to reach the target orders. The food delivery, courier, and ride-sharing industries, which were once seen as a last resort by many professionals, have become saturated, particularly in the light of a 3-year-long pandemic in China. According to financial data from food delivery platform Meituan, the company incurred a massive loss of 23.5 billion yuan, $3.7 billion in 2021, and even after adjustments, the loss remained at 15.6 billion yuan, $2.5 billion. In 2022, there were reports of significant layoffs at this food delivery giant. According to a report from Everyday People, in April of last year, many food delivery drivers chose this line of work for various reasons, and a significant number of them were individuals who had previously faced unemployment. For instance, there was a 28-year-old rookie food delivery driver named Luo Song. After starting this job at the beginning of the year, he quickly realized that there were many new drivers like him. In Beijing alone, there were around 500,000 food delivery positions on the Meituan platform, and this intense competition only continued to grow. Despite working in a bustling area of Beijing's Fourth Ring Road, only around 2,300 orders were available per day. On average, each person could handle about 30 orders a day, mainly during lunch and dinner hours, with very few orders during other times. The advertised monthly income of 18,000 yuan, $2,842 proved to be unrealistic, and his maximum monthly earnings did not exceed 8,000 yuan, or $1,263. However, this is the reality in the food delivery industry. There was also a case of a 20-year-old girl who aimed to earn a substantial income from food delivery, but managed only 17 orders in 2 days. Some drivers ran 18 hours in a day, but earned just over 100 yuan, under $16, which barely covered expenses like electric scooter rentals, dormitory rent, and living costs. Others worked tirelessly and delivered more than 50 orders in a day during heavy rain, but made only around 400 yuan, or $63. However, they received a 1,000 yuan, $158 penalty for 2 incorrect deliveries and were forced offline for 7 days. many people wonder how much one can earn in the food delivery industry. Data up to 2024 regarding so-called delivery kings show that the highest earnings in 2022 reached 220,000 yuan, $34,700, with the highest monthly income being 23,500 yuan, or $3,700. The Meituan Research Institute had previously released a report based on data from the Meituan platform, providing insight into the real-life aspects of the food delivery community, including their family backgrounds, income levels, work conditions, daily lives, and educational backgrounds. According to this report, out of the 118,000 active drivers surveyed, about 3% earned 8,000 to 10,000 yuan, or between $1,200 and $1,500 per month, which accounts for 21,000 individuals. About 1% earned over 10,000 yuan, $1,500 per month, totaling 7,000 people. The majority of riders earned between 4,000 and 6,000 yuan, between $600 and $900 a month. Regarding working hours, these delivery kings often worked for 16 hours a day, with almost no days off throughout the year. Recently, Chinese state media has frequently released news stories related to young people engaging in various entrepreneurial activities, including street vending and waste collection. One of the stories features a student from a prestigious university in Zhengzhou achieving financial freedom by collecting scrap. In Linyi, Shandong, a nurse named Xiao Song earned 15,000 yuan in 2 weeks and subsequently opened her own shop. In Yiwu, Zhejiang, a young couple manages to earn 9,000 yuan daily through street vending. Another story highlights a college student who opened a shoe cleaning shop and managed to earn 80,000 yuan in just 2 months. On January 13th, a video news report from Jinan, Shandong featured a young man who worked as a tile worker, earning a daily wage of 2,000 yuan and managing to buy a house after 7 years, despite previously being in debt. The protagonist of the story, Xie En-song, originally hails from Anhui's Anqing City. At the age of 18, he moved to Jinan, Shandong to earn the trade of tiling. By the 2nd year, he had purchased a car, and in the 7th year, he bought a house in Jinan while also clearing the debts he owed back in his hometown. According to the report, Xie En-song took on a project involving a house with an area of around 160 square meters, completing it within a 15-day time frame, including labor and materials. As a result, his family of 3 was able to earn approximately 40,000 yuan. Currently, he owns a car and a house, and his daily wage is equivalent to 2,000 yuan. Furthermore, Jiupai News recently featured a story about a young man named Xiao Zhao from Hangzhou, Zhejiang. Xiao Zhao had just graduated last year and inherited his family's business of collecting scrap materials. Born in 2002, Xiao Zhao became a young scrap material recycler, taking over his parents' waste collection station. He mentioned that in the past, people used to consider scrap collection a job for the less fortunate, but nowadays it's seen as a slightly better option compared to other types of work. He mentioned that during a good year, his income can reach over 200,000 yuan. The video highlighted Xiao Zhao's attractive girlfriend and showed them together in wedding attire, emphasizing that his profession as a scrap collector does not hinder his social life. After work, Xiao Zhao goes to the gym. Over the course of 6 years, he has managed to sculpt an 8-pack of abdominal muscles. These inspirational stories of blue-collar workers promoted by the CCP conceal a harsh reality. Youth unemployment remains persistently high, causing concerns for statistical agencies. In June 2023, the youth unemployment rate reached 21.3%, marking a new high since this data began to be recorded in 2018. Subsequently, data on youth unemployment rates was temporarily suspended. Youth unemployment has continued to be a significant topic of discussion. Social media influencer Hu Yang pointed out that there is indeed a heavy emphasis on official propaganda. Chinese people born between 2000 and 2009 can easily recognize the government's narrative of encouraging them to engage in multiple flexible jobs. CCP official media frequently employ a common tactic in their news reports. They portray young individuals who are subjected to extreme labor conditions as positive examples. This type of propaganda downplays the long-standing issue of societal inequality, which has resulted in unequal living and development conditions. It tends to diminish the heavy sacrifices made by the lower-income population for the sake of society's progress, leading people to mistakenly believe that their inability to earn money is solely due to their own lack of effort. In a video series released by China's state broadcaster CCTV on March 1, 2023, titled "Earning Peace of Mind Through Hard Work," The aim was to celebrate the struggles of the common people. The video told the story of Rong Guanghui, a laborer from Chongqing who hauled heavy goods on the streets, a photo of which became viral on the internet. During a moment in the video when the voiceover commented that Rong Guanghui believed that working hard can help overcome difficulties, a Porsche sports car suddenly flashed by in stark contrast to Rong's manually pulled cart. This brief scene highlighted the glaring disparity between the struggling lower-income population and the wealthy elite who drive luxury cars, inadvertently undermining the video's intended message of celebrating the hardships faced by ordinary people. One commentator aptly remarked, "If you genuinely believe that these laborers are working hard, then please treat them better. Don't just watch them laboring in sweltering conditions and pretend to show respect. If you truly think these laborers are toiling, then provide them with heat subsidies and install air conditioning in their dormitories to help them cope with the heat. It's cruel and foolish to simply sing praises of their suffering while doing nothing to alleviate it." Renowned Chinese writer Wang Shuo expressed in an interview program, "The most shameless, insidious, and malicious form of praise in the world is to use the hardships and sufferings of the poor to deceive the lower classes in the guise of inspirational stories. There are always plenty of people who glorify those who endure deep suffering. For example, a woman 8 months pregnant delivering food late at night, or an octogenarian grandfather collecting scrap to support his 2 granddaughters. These stories constantly remind you that you are not the most unfortunate person in the world, that there are many others worse off than you. They tell you to be content, to strive, and you feel moved. You wipe away your tears, suppress your dissatisfaction with society and life, and continue living day by day as if you were a beast of burden. You start believing that one must endure hardships to become noble, to become elevated. This kind of thinking is not only harmful, but also sick. Hardship is just hardship. It doesn't lead to success and isn't worth pursuing. Don't attempt to find inspiration in other people's suffering. They didn't endure suffering to evoke our sympathy, nor did they do it to toughen their own wills. It's because they couldn't escape their hardships." The purpose of these stories is to prevent the poor from awakening, to trap them in the cycle of hard work for the promise of wealth, and to willingly accept the rule of the CCP's authoritarian regime.